in today's episode?
Well, I guess we're doing a pod without Karina. Unfortunately, she has passed away. Shit happens. All right? Shit happens. I don't know how to feel right now. I've never been in a situation like this. This is a lot.
You got caught in this web.
I have been caught in a scandal.
You have.
I felt embarrassed because this girl that I actually was interested in, I felt now looked at me in a different light.
It's just so, I think it's scary that that's out there.
Well, I guess we're doing a pod without Karina. Karina is, unfortunately, she has passed away. Shit happens. All right? Shit happens. She got hit by a car, decapitated. It's really unfortunate. And it is a sad day for all of us. Karina is look, it is what it is. It's harsh. It was brutal news to hear. But she'll no longer be on the pod. We are looking for a replacement. The show goes on. The show goes on. People come, people go. Now, a lot of things have been happening with me. This past week's been very interesting. My nearest and dearest, my lovely family, my auntie, my uncle, my two cousins, and their old one-eyed dog, Aston, has moved in. I now have 5 new living beings in my home. Now, I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving it. I don't like being lonely. I'm an independent dude. I live alone, but I don't like it. I'd prefer not to. So having these guys live here is very exciting for me. I feel at peace. I'm enjoying it. I don't feel lonely. I'm having a good time. Okay? But they're here not because they want to be here. Okay? They're here because their house burnt down. House burnt down. Shit. They got a total demolish. They demolished this place and they started renting a place not far from me. Okay? And it's been over a year now. And the builders told them that they would have the house done, okay, by this time. And poor Nick, she's not happy about it. And she wants to move into the mansion, okay? But she can't because it's not finished. So there was a dilemma. Their rental was running out. The lease was coming up. And they were going to go on the streets. These guys were going on the streets. And I couldn't let that happen. Sometimes you have to help people. Loved ones, they do things. They almost end up on the street. And sometimes you got to put your hand up. You've got to say, you know what? I'm going to take some responsibility. I'm going to take in these refugees. Okay? I don't want to go to Woolies. And as I'm walking past there at Gawler, I don't want to see Rob playing the banjo, trying to earn a few dollars. I don't want to see it. Oh my God, she's here, ladies and gentlemen. So she didn't pass away, apparently.
I'm alive.
She's here. She's living. She's breathing. I need you in the mic.
It's been a while. I forgot.
Hello. Oh my God, I haven't seen you in so long.
Oh my God, I'm so flustered. Hang on. Okay.
How many days has it been since I've seen you?
Like 3.
I feel like we've had like a holiday away from each other.
Hang on. When did I see you? Hang on, I'm not even dressed.
When did we last see each other? It was before you went on your little holiday.
I saw you on Saturday at a wedding.
Oh.
Maybe.
Wait.
Well, that's a little while.
I didn't see you at a wedding. That was last week.
Oh.
See?
Fuck.
You've lost the plot.
I have lost the plot. No, do you know why? Because I don't think we've seen each other on FaceTime either.
No,
so we probably feel like we haven't seen each other for ages. Fuck, I'm flustered. I'm like, Rush, do you want to know what I just did?
Yeah, but I want to hear this.
So funny. So, Like, my phone's literally been running off the fucking hook today. Anyway, on the way here, I was going to ring you. Well, I tried to ring you and I called the wrong Brad.
Oh, shit.
No, but then I started talking to him. I went to school with him. I haven't spoken to him for like 20 years. Don't even know how I still have his number. And then I just started talking like it was you. He's like, hello?
Oh, no.
I know, it was weird. And I pressed FaceTime. I thought it was weird because it didn't go to FaceTime.
He's sitting there and he's like, why is this chick that I haven't talked to in years like trying to face, like she's called me. Now she's trying to switch it to a video call.
Yeah, and then do you know what the worst part is? I hung up from that and I was so flustered I went to call you back and then I called someone else. Do you know who it was?
Who?
One of my bosses.
Oh, no.
Starts with an M. Yeah, look, I'm flustered. This is literally the human form of chaos.
Karina
Right.
Lane, she comes in, chaos. I haven't seen her in a couple of days. She walks in, it's a bombshell. All right. Hey, so you just said you called the wrong person. I've got a story about texting the wrong person.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, wasn't good. Was not good. So, but right before you got in here, I was telling everyone how it's been an interesting week for me.
Hang on, did you just sit here and have a pod by yourself?
I did. I was sitting here chatting away right before you got here, and
why?
well,
I wasn't late.
well, some of us are dedicated to the pod, and some of us are not.
Fuck it, hell.
You know. And I was telling everyone how I've got a whole family living here, right?
I love that you were just having a conversation with
I was.
yourself.
I don't know how it's going to turn out. We'll see how it goes. But let's go back to your story. How did you get off? How long into that phone call did you realize it wasn't me?
I just hung up.
What do you mean? You didn't.
I said goodbye, but then I just hung up pretty abruptly.
Well, wait. So you were like, bye.
I'm never going to speak to this person again.
Are you going to text him and at least say like, that's weird?
No, I did say, I'm really sorry. I thought this was someone else.
Okay, so you did.
I did explain, but I'm like, I'm in a bit of a hurry. I got to go. And then I just hung up.
Imagine what he's thinking right now.
I don't really care.
You and I have been shooting a lot lately.
We have.
I've been doing the Italian festival.
You have.
I was at Ferrari recently.
Yeah, no.
That was very interesting.
Like a fun gig.
Then the other day, the fun gig was for the Italian festival. Shout out to David Rocca from Cinematic Events. He's doing all the video production for the Italian festival this year. But we did, that James Corden karaoke in the car thing.
Karaoke. I love
so
that.
there's an
karaoke.
Italian radio host here in Adelaide that he drove like a little Italian Fiat.
Oh,
and
the
then
little tiny ones.
A little tiny one.
Oh,
And we
that's
put
cute.
GoPros all on the inside of the
Oh,
car.
really?
We mic'd him up. It was good fun.
Who do you interview?
So he interviewed the ambassadors for the Italian festival. So I think
cool.
there's like 4 ambassadors. I think there's more than 4, but basically they got in the car. We filmed them getting in the car. They took off. Obviously, the GoPros filmed all the inside. And then they come back and then we did like a sit-down interview with each one of the ambassadors. And it was just a good day.
That's fun.
It was
I like
good
that.
fun.
Have you seen Carpool Karaoke?
No.
It's so
I've heard
funny.
about it.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, but as soon as I found out that James Corden doesn't actually drive the car.
Oh, really?
He pretends to drive the car. He's on a trailer.
Oh, get out.
And he's doing this and there's a big scrim, right? So with lights, all beautiful lights
That's
shooting through at
very
them.
cool.
Yeah, but I feel like it's...
I feel
can't
like
look
you
at it
ripped.
the same.
I know, me too.
I feel
Now,
ripped off.
now I can't now, but that's actually fucking clever.
It's very... Well, I think it would...
Well, because how do you concentrate? Can you give me 1 second?
Yeah, good. I think it's illegal. I think it might be illegal to film like that.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Seriously, my fucking allergies have been out of control.
You're going crazy. Marlo's been having red eyes lately. I don't know what's been going on with him.
I have literally been living off of this shit and it's still not working. Do you know, fun fact, Gawler is one of the worst places in Australia, not just South Australia, for anyone who suffers from hay fever.
Had a story of someone who went through breast cancer and survived and had essentially has a story to tell, right? As everyone would. And so it's like a serious gig, but more on the creative side. So creating it for just awareness and things like that. So I've been texting her, setting up a time to film and things like that. Now, her name is very similar to yours. Mm-hmm. Okay, very similar to yours. And the other night, you called me right? While I was on the computer, the whole family was here, and I just declined the call and I quickly texted her. I said, hey, look, I'll call you later. I'm going to go for a shower, right? The family's heading to bed, so when I come out the shower and when I do call you, they're going to be asleep, so I've got to be quiet.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So the text...
Which would have made a lot of sense to me.
Right. So the text said, hey, going for a shower, got to be quiet because the whole family's asleep. That's what the text said. And I know that you would get that.
I would get that, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I texted this woman that I'm not besties with, right? I'm not close with. She doesn't know me that well. I'm about to go shoot a full-on...
This was the night before, wasn't it?
This is the night before I'm going to go shoot this story. Serious story. So I text her that at about 9:40 at night. Okay. Now, you normally text me back straight away, right? So I text you that, thinking it's you, okay? Heading to the shower. Got to be real quiet. Family's asleep. Okay. I text that to you and I head to the shower, have a shower, whatnot, get out, jammies on, sit down, look at my phone. I'm like, Karina hasn't texted me back. This is very strange. I open up my messages and I was just beside myself.
Did your heart like sink?
I immediately went to how unprofessional. What is she thinking? Then I read the text back and I was like, this looks like it looks like a dirty text. It looked like I was trying to be like, hey, going in the shower, gotta be real quiet. Like, I'll call you later. It was just weird. Anyway, I freak out and I just text her immediately, hey, this was not for you. Okay. And this is she's had half an hour to sit on this. Okay. And she texts back immediately. And she just wrote something like, no worries. Smiley face.
Do you not have the feature where you can undo send?
Yeah, but not half an hour later. You can't.
Why didn't you just do that immediately? Because you didn't realise.
I didn't realise. I didn't know. So now it's worse for me because I've sat on it for half an hour. And I'm just thinking, she's probably thinking this is weird.
Did she say anything the next day?
This videographer has texted me saying he's gone for a shower and he's going to call me. I've got a massive story to tell tomorrow. What's going on? So the whole next morning I'm prepping for this shoot and it takes me an hour to drive to her house to go shoot it. And the whole drive I'm just thinking, do I say something?
No.
Do I not say?
Did you?
You think no?
Absolutely no.
Interesting.
Because if you'd said something really dirty or very inappropriate, maybe, but then at the same time you just address it and move on. Because if you keep bringing it up, then it keeps bringing light to the situation and then you have to relive it.
Well, that's fascinating.
What did you do?
Well, because my whole family told me to bring it up. Maybe they're evil.
Who would you take advice from?
I didn't
Did you
get
bring
your
it up?
advice.
Did you bring it up?
I brought it up.
Okay, what did she say?
So I get in the house, I'm setting up and stuff and I'm setting up stuff and whatever and she's there with her sister. Next minute I'm like, this is a perfect opportunity to bring it up. And I just go, hey, just FYI. And for some reason I felt a little bit flustered as I brought it up.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm not thinking. I was just like, I got nervous bringing it up.
Then you would have got nervous and then that would have, anyway.
And then it looked like I was guilty.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's what I mean.
But I did. Look, it was fine. I told him. She laughed. She thought it was funny.
Yeah.
I said, look, I've got a friend named Karina. It's a very similar name. I meant to text her. And then I spent about a good 5 minutes trying to explain the context of why I was going for a shower.
That's why you don't bring it up.
I said, look, I've got a bunch of asylum seekers in the home. They were going to bed and I didn't want to wake them, so I had to be quiet. And then she was like, quiet in the shower? I'm like, look, let's get past it. Let's just get past it. That's
why you just don't talk about it.
Oh, it was a disaster. So you're calling people that you shouldn't be calling. You're hanging up on them. I'm texting clients.
Look, it would have been worse if it was a client.
Yeah.
Well, then I did it twice though. That's it. Look, I just
we're Looney Tunes.
I have so many tabs open in my brain right now. If I get on the right plane tomorrow, it'll be a fucking miracle.
Are you unconscious? So you got Wi-Fi at least?
No, I'm a virgin.
Yeah, okay.
Because it's hard to get there. There's seriously no flights.
Yeah.
So I literally had to take what I could get.
Well, while you're away having a great time in the Barossa, sleeping in glamping tents and having a good time, I organised a date.
I know. I did. I was a bit,
And she cancelled. She cancelled. What up?
Fuck, I want to unpack this so bad, but we can't.
No, we can.
Can we?
Yeah, I think we can.
Can
I mean,
we?
it's at the end of this pod, so it's kind of like if someone listens to the end, then they get the opportunity to
Do you
hear
care?
this
Because
crazy story.
this will get some fucking...
Is this bad for my...
This
no.
will blow up.
This is something that I can't control. It's
This is absolutely...
Can we just think about this for a second? I'm not in the wrong.
Absolutely not.
So I can tell this story.
You can tell this story.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, listen up. Now, here we go.
Where do we start?
So, all right, this is a lot. Here we go.
Don't
Buckle
even
up.
know how we explain this, but...
Buckle in. All right. So, okay. So,
Can we just put a disclaimer out there first that this is what it's like to date in 2023.
It's
a fucking shit show.
This is a wild dating story from Bradley Watson.
Which is probably more common than people realize, and it's fucked.
Yeah. All
and
right.
you got caught in this web.
Let's get into it.
Oh, I'm so excited.
I have been caught in a scandal.
You have?
I've been caught in an actual scandal. Now, I just want to, before I even tell this story, I just want to kind of give a disclaimer. I'm not going to use any names or anything like that, obviously. And this whole thing was absolutely a bombshell story for me. And I still don't know how I feel about it, but I'm willing to share because I want to know what people think.
And I think it's okay. You have to realize that you're allowed to have feelings about this because it's
right.
fucked
And
up.
I think because a lot of people might be like, you can't share that story.
Well, I've been in this position and
okay,
a couple of times, not as severe as yours,
right?
But it's an awful feeling, because you are so oblivious to what is going on.
Yeah, you feel like an idiot.
I felt so stupid.
Yeah,
and what pisses me off about that is that you have absolutely no control over this because you were so oblivious to what is going on.
Yeah. Let's get into it.
Let's do it.
Let's dig into it. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So a couple of about 8 to 12 months ago, I ran into someone online as a single man. Okay. And essentially we got talking and, basically decided that we would see each other every now and then, and it was just a bit of a what would you call a bit of a situationship. Okay, I'm an adult man. I'm allowed to have a situationship.
The modern version is a situationship.
Had a situationship. Okay, and I'd see this person probably once every 2.5 months. It was very irregular. Okay, it was just whenever. It was very. I saw her probably 5 or 6 times, right, in the whole time that I knew her over like a year. Okay. And, I just, in my head was like, okay, this is just something that there's a single person, I'm a single person, and we'd see each other every now and then. Yeah. Okay, right? No more, no less. Okay, that's what it was.
And you were both on the same page with that.
Both on the same page. Yeah. We were like, this is actually what we want.
Yeah,
okay?
yeah.
So there was no weirdness about it, right? And, I started to feel myself, I was like, I actually kind of want to find something like an actual relationship. I want something deeper. I want something that's real. I don't, of course I'm a dude. Like I'm fine with that, but I'm looking for more.
Yeah.
I'm 27.
There's only so long you can go with something like that.
Yeah. I was just like, I'm not about this life. Okay. I'm a mature man. I'm ready to move forward. Okay. So, I go on Hinge and, I'm on there and I meet someone, online who ticked all the boxes for me. Okay, like very attractive, very my type of person that I have been or I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Right. And we got chatting and we would just chat for to 1 a.m. Okay, and it was just fun. I felt like
it's very
so
rare to find someone like that online. So when you find someone you actually click with, it's exciting.
Yeah, we jived, and she brought up. She's like, we should see each other, right? And I was like, absolutely. Like, let's go to the beach, and I'll bring my dog, and you can meet him, and it'll be a fun thing, and right? So she's like, yeah, cool, awesome. Then she also initiated, let's take this off Hinge. Add me on Insta. And I'm like getting a bit giddy. I'm like,
that's a nice sign.
Here we go. This is nice. Like I didn't even initiate it, so I felt even better about it, right? So I was like, oh, awesome. Like I felt so, for the first time in a very long time, I'm like, oh, this is something. Like how
it's a needle in a haystack.
I'm so bloody attached. And I was like, I was just excited.
Yeah.
Like,
it's excited because it's hard to find.
It's hard to find, right? And I was very excited about it. And so I go over to Instagram and I can see that she's just followed me, right? And I go to follow her back, And Instagram tells you who you're mutuals with. Now, I was friends on Instagram with this situationship.
Yeah.
Right.
And let's be honest, you do look at mutual friends straight away.
Oh, she was this
just
girl.
what you do.
No, here's the thing. This girl was the only mutual, and I literally my stomach sank because I was like, now I have to explain that,
and especially because it was just like it
was whatever
situation.
It was just a whatever.
Yeah.
It wasn't anything crazy. It was nothing, right? Nothing against the person.
No. But
it was a nothing thing, right?
Oh, there's a lot against her, but yeah.
Well, we'll get into it. So I see that this is the only person that's a mutual, and I'm like, oh god, now what a disaster. Okay, now she messages me immediately and goes, "How do you know
this person?"
And my stomach got tied in knots. I was like, oh, this is about to ruin everything. She's probably cousins with this person. She's probably a friend, something like that. I'm like, great. This is a disaster.
Yeah.
Girls don't like that. Girls don't like when...
Mutual friends aren't good if there's females.
No, as in if a girl is speaking to a guy and finds out that he's been with one of someone that she knows, they normally are like, forget it, I'll go. And I don't blame you.
Yeah, fair.
I don't blame you.
Adelaide's a small place though.
It's a small place, okay? So she goes, how do you know this person? And I'm going to be honest, like I was like, okay, I got to tell her, right?
I'm glad you were honest though, that's good.
Yeah, but before I said anything, I responded.
This makes
I feel
me
sick.
feel gross.
I feel absolutely sick. Okay. So I respond to this girl and I just go, how do you know this person?
Oh, we both need this gets me so angry inside.
The response I received was,
no, I can't even look at you.
Why me?
No, because it makes me so angry for this.
All right, let's share it. The response I received was as follows. I know her because my dad is good friends with her husband.
Boom. It's fucked up on so many levels.
So, guys, when I received that text,
like,
I actually feel sick now.
What did you first feel when you heard that?
I actually feel sick right now.
And you know what? Me laughing is not because this is funny. It's because it's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
For you, for her, and like, let's just say this girl. I didn't know this girl, but obviously I knew of her.
Right.
In a gazillion years, I would never have picked that she was married.
No, and neither would
I. I thought she was like a uni student living with friends, which is how she portrayed it to you.
Yeah.
But like the lies that it takes for somebody to do what she did is what makes me feel physically ill. Because it's so unfair to you. What makes me so angry is this situation is so unfair to you because it puts. What if her husband found out one day? You would be involved in this without even knowing.
Yeah, I had no idea.
Unwillingly knowing that you are sleeping with this man's wife. Yeah, but don't you feel bad because you haven't done anything. And for this girl to think that that's okay on any levels is so messed up. And like, I feel very strongly about this because I've been in this position and it's fucked. And how you feel being I was in a relationship, so it's a little bit different, but how you feel as being that other person to know that someone that you loved or thought, let's not put that in there, someone that you liked was out there with other people at 2:00 on a Monday and you're just caught in this is disgusting.
Yeah, it's wild. You asked me how I felt when I found out, and when she texted that through, like I didn't respond to her straight away. I was in shock.
Yeah,
so I was
naturally.
just like looking at it, and I was like, this can't be the same person. I'm like going back. I'm like, no, it's definitely the same person. We're referring to the same person. I go on that person's profile again. I'm like, I'm going through everything.
Yeah, because there's nothing in her profile.
I'm just like, where, how, what's going on? There's nothing on this profile. On Hinge, she's single. She's on Hinge.
Yeah, see,
This
is why dating apps are fucked because is that what she had on her app? Single.
Yeah.
Ugh.
If it was like, so let's move forward with the story.
Like, I know you don't go on Hinge and go, I'm married. Well, some do. But like, I'm saying, did she?
Well, some people
don't
have monogamous relationships and they have open relationships.
Her profile would never insinuated that she was in a relationship.
No. It was a complete, I was not told. I was told, even when I talked to this person, it was, I'm single and I'm currently seeing someone. Like as in not like
Yeah.
it's just like she's like dating kind of thing, right? So I had no idea. Like just this whole thing's crazy. But I felt sick. I just felt sick. I looked at it and I was in shock. So I didn't respond. And then she writes ... question mark. She's like, why are you? You've just spoken to me for hours. Why'd you stop? And I just responded with, look, I'm really sorry. I'm in a lot of shock right now. This is a lot of news for me. I feel really uncomfortable. I don't know how to feel right now. I've never been in a situation like this. This is a lot, right? And then I told her. I said, "This is I know this person," and told her everything. And because I felt like, well, no, I'm not in the wrong here.
No, you know,
absolutely. I'm just being open. I'm being honest, and I'm just saying, look, here's the information.
Do with it as you please.
And the most disappointing part is this girl that I was really like having a good time with just writes, well, this makes everything awkward. And I was like,
yeah, but that's what probably made me angry. Is obviously the other stuff made me angry, but that then is a flow on for you because you finally met someone that you could have had something with,
right?
And then this just puts like
it's just a damper on it. And who knows? We may not have had anything, but it was an opportunity.
But it was an opportunity.
We had a date set up. It was like it was nice. It was awesome. I was really enjoying it. And essentially, I actually said to her, well, okay, do you want me to I'll just can the date then? But she actually said, no, keep the date. But I think at the time she was probably thinking a bit, there was too many things going on. And then closer to the date, she said, look, I feel sick. And I just thought, I've assumed. She hasn't read my message. I just replied with, look, I just wrote, look, totally fine.
Yeah.
That's totally fine. I said, if you don't want to go out on a date with me, don't feel obliged to keep talking. Just go. Like, it's fine. And that's what she's done.
So I think it's scary that's out there. I think what probably, like I said, threw me with it is that I got upset for you because it's so unfair. Like, what a shitty feeling to find out you're sleeping with someone's wife. Like, ugh.
But what's crazy is you saying it makes me feel, I feel bad.
Yeah, but it's not you. If you should feel bad if you did it knowingly, but you didn't at all. And the fact that this chick has never said a single thing to you.
Yeah, and so many things. I think about it now. Like I remember one time I dropped her off home and she made me drop her off at the side of the house.
Yeah.
And I just,
you don't think anything of it.
I don't think anything of it. And then now I'm like, oh,
I've been there. All the red flags that are waving in your face that you don't see.
Or just small things that like maybe I saw another, and I said, I brought up I said, oh, are you still seeing like that person you were talking about? And she was looking at me like, who are you talking about? And I'm like, oh, maybe I read that wrong. And then I'm thinking, oh, it was all lies. The whole thing was lies. So there was, anyway.
You just feel very deceived. And
it's just, it wasn't cool. But that's the story. I would love for people to comment below what their thoughts are on that. Like, have you been in a situation like that? How do you deal with it? What do I do?
Have you been in a situation where you've been completely blindsided? Because both of us have, and it's fucked up. Like, I just don't know how people can live with themselves doing that. That's she goes home to her husband after doing that. Do these people just not have a conscience?
That's the thing about saying she goes home to her husband. Just because he's the husband, I'm obviously assuming, but she's clearly not happy.
Well, this is the thing, and we've spoken about this before. You can be unhappy in a relationship, but get the fuck out of that relationship. Like,
or communicate.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And this is where I get mad because I understand there are so many people in unhappy places.
I just want to touch on that. Even if you're having trouble, I think like love is a choice.
Absolutely.
So it's like work on it, communicate.
Correct. And if you can't see a resolution or if you're still that unhappy, then you need to leave. And every choice you make is a choice you make. So if you're unhappy and you're using that as an excuse to go and have your needs met elsewhere, i.e. what this chick did with you, then to me, that's not fucking okay. Leave. Like, people do it all the time. I get it. And I will say that I know people are stuck in relationships and stuff like that. But also, there's always a choice. And before you go and do something like that, like, this has effects on other people, not just you and your husband. Like, this has affected you without her even realizing. And that to me is so unfair because the heartbreak that people feel with being cheated on or finding this stuff out is far worse than being left. I feel personally.
I just felt embarrassed.
Yeah, exactly. It's humiliating. Like when I found that out, the humiliation that I felt.
I felt embarrassed because this girl that I actually was interested in, I felt now looked at me in a different light.
Yeah, exactly. Because you're involved with this, but you didn't know. Yeah. And I think that's the thing is that it just gets, there's so many layers to this.
What do we title this podcast?
I don't know.
Brad caught in scandal. Is it a scandal? Is that what it is?
Someone's fucking wife.
Wait, just name it. I slept. We shouldn't be laughing. It's not funny.
No, but it's fun. We laugh. How I feel.
I'm laughing because, oh my God, how
so
crazy is it?
Up.
It's crazy.
If you don't laugh, you fucking cry.
Yeah.
Like
Brad slept with someone's wife. That should be the title.
That's what I just said.
Disaster.
That will get you clicks. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so that's it. And we should probably wrap this pod because you need to go. You got shit to do.
You got shit to do.
And we're going to end this on a cliffhanger.
What happened next?
Thank you guys for watching. We really appreciate it. Please, actually, I would honestly love some just not feedback, but what would you do if you were in my situation? What have you been in this situation?
Been in this situation?
Like, let us know. We want to know how you dealt with it.
How did you find out?
How'd you find out? What did you do? Because I'm still in a place where I'm like, conclusion, what I've done is I've just ghosted everything. I've just disappeared.
I think the best thing you can do is remove yourself from that situation.
Yeah, because it's got nothing to do with me. I was involved, but I'm not involved.
And do you know what? To your credit, it takes a lot of maturity to not contact this chick and say something to her. So props to you. Because what's the point? Like, there's no point. She's clearly unhappy. She needs to deal with her shit. But that's
got nothing to do with me.
Remove yourself.
Nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway,
we'll find out. We'll find out more in the next ep. And we really appreciate you guys watching. Please head on over to YouTube. Subscribe to us over there. Watch our videos if you haven't done so already. Rate us 5 stars on the podcast apps. Everything But Weddings Pod on Instagram and Everything But Weddings Pod on TikTok. And you can also now email us everythingbutweddingspod@gmail.com. We look forward to hearing you. Thank you so much for watching. We will talk to you. We will see you. We will love you next week.
Bye.
Bye.